One moment, he was safe in their arms, the next, he was gone. This is the day Wang, Yibo, and Xiao almost lost their precious son forever. Hi everyone, and welcome back to your channel name, the place where we dive deep into the most heartwarming and unforgettable moments of our favorite stars. Today's story will pull at your heartstrings and keep you on the edge of your seat, because it's about the terrifying day that could have changed Wang, Yibo, and Xiao's lives forever. From pure panic to tearful relief, you're about to experience every emotional second with them. Before we begin, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an emotional journey like this. And if you're ready to find out how they almost lost him and how love brought him back, let's get started. It started as an ordinary, peaceful afternoon, but within minutes, that peace shattered into panic. Wang, Yibo, and Xiao, two of the most admired and beloved stars in the Chinese entertainment world, found themselves facing every parent's worst nightmare. Their adopted son, the little soul who had filled their lives with joy, laughter, and unconditional love, was suddenly in danger. And for a brief, heart-stopping moment, they almost lost him. Fans have always known the couple to be fiercely private about their personal lives, but when it comes to their adopted son, whether you call him a child, a fur baby, or simply the center of their universe, Wang, Yibo, and Xiao's devotion is impossible to miss. This is the story of that frightening day, the chaos that unfolded, and the emotional bond that only grew stronger because of it. The day had begun with sunlight spilling through the curtains of their shared home. Yibo was the first to wake, slipping out quietly so he wouldn't disturb Xiao, who had been up late finishing a project. Their adopted son, always eager to follow his dad's around, was already at Yibo's feet, tail wagging and eyes sparkling. Whether on set, backstage, or at home, he had a way of keeping the atmosphere light and warm, like a little heartbeat that kept the family grounded. But sometimes, even the safest homes can't predict the unexpected. Later that morning, while Xiao prepared breakfast, their son sat near the back door, watching the world outside. It was a habit of his. Curiosity was in his nature. But in one unguarded moment, when the door was left ajar for fresh air, temptation won. A sudden sound from the street, a loud motorcycle passing by, sparked his instinct to chase. Without warning, he darted out into the open. By the time Xiao turned back and realized the door was open, his heart dropped. He called out his name, once, twice, louder each time, but there was no answer. Just the echo of the busy street beyond their gate. His voice trembled as he shouted again, the realization hitting him. He was gone. Yibo, who had been in the living room, froze when he heard the panic in Xiao's tone. In a heartbeat, both were out the door, scanning the road. The seconds stretched into an eternity. The street outside was a maze of moving cars, bicycles, and strangers walking by. And somewhere in that chaos was their son, small and vulnerable, with no understanding of the dangers around him. Yibo's instincts took over. Without hesitation, he began running in the direction a neighbor had pointed. Xiao followed close behind, calling desperately, his voice cracking with fear. Then they saw him. He was in the middle of the road, confused and frozen, as a car approached far too quickly. Yibo's heart pounded so loudly it drowned out everything else. In one swift, determined movement, he dashed forward, scooping him into his arms just in time. The car screeched to a halt, the driver shaken but unharmed. The world seemed to stop for a second. Yibo held him tightly, unable to speak, while Xiao ran up and wrapped them both in his arms. Relief crashed over them in waves, and for a moment, all three just stood there, shaken, but together. They brought him home, closing the door firmly this time. Xiao immediately checked him over, running gentle hands along his fur, speaking softly, assuring him he was safe. Yibo sat beside them, still quiet, still processing the what-if that had almost changed everything. That night, the mood in their home was different. Their son seemed to sense the worry he had caused, curling up close to both of them, his head resting on Xiao's lap, while Yibo stroked his back. The two men exchanged a glance, not one of blame, but of gratitude. Gratitude that fate had given them another chance, gratitude for the neighbor who pointed them in the right direction, gratitude that the car had stopped in time. For Yibo and Xiao, that day was a reminder. Life can change in a single heartbeat. They tightened their routines after that, making sure doors stayed locked, windows secure, and that someone always kept an eye on him during outdoor moments. The incident became a quiet but important part of their shared story, one they didn't talk about often, but one that deepened the bond between them. And perhaps that's why fans who hear about it can't help but feel emotional. Because this wasn't just about a pet or a child. It was about family. About the way love makes you fight harder, run faster, and hold tighter when you're faced with losing it. Today, their adopted son is safe, happy, and as mischievous as ever, still following Yibo around like a shadow, still curling into Xiao's side during quiet nights. And maybe that's the beauty of moments like this. They remind us to cherish every laugh, every cuddle, every ordinary morning that could have gone differently. In the end, they didn't lose him. Instead, they almost lost him. And in that almost, they found a deeper appreciation for the little soul who had stolen both their hearts. Because sometimes, the scariest moments are the ones that teach us exactly what we can't live without. And that's how love, quick thinking, and maybe a little bit of fate kept their family whole. Moments like this remind us just how fragile life can be, and how powerful love truly is. For Wang, Yibo, and Xiao, that day will forever be a reminder to hold on tighter, appreciate the small moments, and never take a single day together for granted. And for all of us, it's a gentle nudge to look around at the people, and even the little ones we love, and remember how much they truly mean to us. Because one moment, they're right beside you, and the next, life can change in an instant. If this story touched your heart as much as it did ours, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another heartwarming, emotional journey like this one. We share stories that celebrate love, family, and the bonds that make life beautiful, and you're part of that family too. Thank you so much for watching, for sharing your time with us, and for being part of a community that treasures stories like these. Until our next video, stay safe, stay loving, and keep cherishing every precious second. We'll see you soon.